Welcome to the Weekly Wrestling Podcast. I'm here right now with Jim Nye, the science guy. What's going on, man?
I'm feeling good. My neck's recovering pretty well, and I'm ready to go. I haven't wrestled in about a month, so I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you back in that squared circle today. Talk a little bit about your injury. What exactly happened and why you were out of action for such a little bit of time.
So it's a pretty simple injury. It was just during my match with Black Serpent, I started trying out my new finishing move, the Tesla coil, which is basically the Brock lock or the stretch muffler, some people call it, where you take his leg and you put it around your neck and you put some torque on it. And I was just rearing back too hard and I strained my neck, and it caused some of my vertebrae to shift, and it kept pinching off my nerves. And every time I do something that put a little bit of strain on it, it would just re-injure and it'd go into spasm. So over the course of about 3 months, I would get to a point where I was really good, so I started going back to the gym, and then I'd put the squat bar down, and it would go right back into spasm all over again, and I'll run right back to square one. So it's been about 2 months since I've had a relapse, so I'm hoping that today's a good day for me. So
Yeah, absolutely, man. Talk a little bit about the recovery of it. What did you do to recover from the injury, and how long did it take you?
Recovery sucked because my neck was basically locked down, in my chin was to my chest, so I couldn't even play video games or something. It's just, yeah, it's torture. It's just basically a matter of just simply rest. There's nothing you can do. If you've ever had a neck injury, then it's something that you can't get around. Like if you hurt your leg, you hurt your arm, you can work around it. Your neck hurts, it's like everything else shuts down. You can't exercise, you can't get up and move, you can't drive. Driving was the worst. Driving, like, cause I'd have to lean back like this. Oh my god, I was scared for my life a couple times, but yeah. So it just rest, and after about a week, I would start to get a little bit more mobility back, and then I'd be okay. Looking up was still painful, but I could at least get my chin up, and but like I said, it's better now, so I'm hoping that we're kind of out of the woods as far as neck injuries go.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hopefully, all the best for that. Talk a little bit about your training at Battle Arts Academy. I know they've been running some great events there as well. They just brought in MVP. I know they're bringing in John Morrison as well.
Yeah, Ballards is great. It really it helps to supplement my training as a wrestler. It's something that if you have experience, it takes your game to the next level. It's more ground-based mixed martial arts style of wrestling. So it's really along the lines of somebody like a Daniel Bryan, who's really gonna benefit from that. You can do all the high flying stuff and all the all the basic arm drags and stuff like that, but where you're going to get your money, and that's really preparing you for stuff in the WWE, is that ground based submission wrestling where your technique is flawless, and it really helps somebody who's got experience take their game to the next level. And it really helps out my character because I'm a scientist and I should have a basic knowledge of anatomy and how to break bones and how to dislocate joints and stuff like that. So it really fits along with my character really well. So it's great training. We barely even see the ring, to be honest. It's, yeah, we do a lot of stuff on the wrestling mats, and it's a lot of shoot style. We learn to how to punch right. We learn how to kick properly, and it's really it's stiff. It's Japanese. It's taught by Yuki Ishikawa, and it's shoot style, so it's really violent, but it really helps a lot of game. And it's really because Santino's there. It's obviously preparing you for a future in WWE. A couple guys that are there have already had tryouts with WWE, and they've only been wrestling. I mean, the one guy's only been wrestling for a few months. He's obviously got the look, so it helps along. But they've got a tremendous facility. The wrestling mat, the wrestling ring. They've got a whole weight set up. They've got ropes, and they've got kettlebell classes, and it's an amazing facility. And honestly, I've never seen anything like it in terms of pro wrestling.
Yeah, honestly, I've seen it. It's just like wow, I'm blown away. And you talk a little bit about getting yourself prepared for the WWE while being there. Talk about the head trainer of that school, Santino Morello. Talk a little bit about the seminars that have gone on there as well.
Yeah, so Santino's actually, I wasn't expecting Santino to be involved with classes as much as he is. He's out there. I mean, when he was wrestling, he was, he'd miss Tuesdays because he was filming SmackDown, but he'd be there Thursdays and Saturdays for the pro wrestling classes. He teaches judo at the same time. He's got a black belt in judo, so he's really into the shoot style stuff, and it's his baby, right? He credits Battle Arts for his Battle Arts training in Japan for his ability to go to WWE, and excuse me. So he really cares a lot for it. So he puts a lot of time into it. So he's got a lot of vision, and I really wasn't expecting. Like you see Santino, and he's got like the Cobra, and it's like a comedy bit. So but that's actually why I originally got involved in Ballard. So I'm like, oh, I got like the comedy stuff. I'm good with that. And I got there, and it's like shoot fighting. I was not prepared for it, but I see that it helps out a lot. There's also seminars. I mean, Ric Flair was there. It wasn't really a seminar so much as a kind of like a
Learning experience.
yeah, well, it's like it was an intimate night with Ric Flair or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys went to. I didn't. I was away that weekend, so I didn't get to go with it. A lot of guys said it was great. It was like he'd be in the ring and there'd be maybe 200 people there. So yeah, you're really close to him, and you could pay a little extra to hang out with him in the change room and stuff like that. I think the most beneficial for me was Rip Rogers came by.
I heard about that.
Yeah, and Santino credits Rip with a lot of. With a lot of his learning, especially the kind of it's old school stuff, the mid South style wrestling. So it helped Santino, obviously his character, get into the Fed. And one of the coolest experiences actually during the seminar, there's a WWE live event there, and when there's a live event, a lot of the superstars actually come in.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah. So who was there?
I think Cesaro was there.
Yeah, that's right. Cesaro was there, and he stopped by and just was crediting Rip for all the experience that he got. So, I mean, Rip's been everywhere, and bringing him in that one weekend, I learned a lot in terms of how to mesh the two styles together. Because you got like this folky 80s style wrestling combined with this Japanese shoot style wrestling, and merging them together is kind of what I think my character is all about. And it's really I try to incorporate more and more, and I'm trying to do it in every match that you're seeing.
I think we've noticed that lately. You talk a little bit about your character. Where's the idea from the character come from? Where's it stem from in that brain of yours?
It's me. It's in my real life, I'm a science teacher. I'm a high school science teacher.
So that's a real thing, eh?
It's a real thing. And when I first got involved with wrestling, I thought about a character like this, but I didn't really know how to pull it off. So I went through that awkward phase of starting out and finding a character, and Angry Jim was my name, and it was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I think everybody's got a story about like their first character and how bad it was. And my friends were really encouraging me. They said, "Go with the science gimmick, go with the science thing." I was like, "Okay," and it's me. It's just me with the volume.
And it's so unique.
Yeah, it incorporates well into the wrestling world, and it's how I actually teach classes. So if you ever seen the promos on YouTube, I'm actually in my classroom doing some experiments.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I do the promos, and I'll have kids in the room with me filming it, and they'll get a kick out of it. So it's me, and I think that's where the best characters come from. It's when they're just an extension of your own personality. So I don't have to make anything up. It's all real. I'm shooting all the time because it's me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Talk a little bit about the future, short term, long term. What are you looking to achieve?
Short term, I'm looking to really start working heavily with the local promotions and Fringe, and working more with Battle Arts and working up their shows and stuff like that. And I mean, like I said, Battle Arts is really getting up there. The production values are going through the roof, and I really see this company taking off into something really big.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to stick around there as well. Long term, I really hit the pavement hard this summer and started handing out resumes and getting into all places. But basically, between Oshawa and Niagara Falls, pretty much every wrestling company has my resume now. So I have to get out there and work. And obviously, the injury has hindered me. But hopefully, I can start getting out to more shows and getting out there. And I really want to start getting a lot more experience, because I've been around for 2 years now, and it's really sort of a time that I need to put the pedal to the metal. And I really had envisioned this summer as being a summer of change for me and getting my body in better shape. But the injury held me back, unfortunately. But I just bought a recumbent bike, so now I can do some exercise at home. The school I teach at right now actually has a really excellent gym, so I'm hitting the gym in my preparation time, and I got exercise at home. So hopefully, you're going to see a big change in Gym 9.
Absolutely, man. I've seen you put up a drastic improvement there, and you've been on a big thing right now. So congratulations. Keep up the great success. If you got any upcoming dates you want to throw out there, social media you want to throw out there, feel free to throw it out to our listeners and our viewers.
Cool. Yeah, you can hit up. I'm at Gymnye Science, so JIMNYE.
I'm sure it's on the screen right now.
All right. Yeah, you can hit up Gymnye Science or Facebook.com/Gymnye Science. That's my fan page. couple things coming up next month. We're starting the Red Line tournament at Fringe Pro Wrestling. That's October 26th. Actually, it's this month because it's October 4th already. So that's this month later on, and I'm really looking forward to that tournament. It's going to be a big opportunity for me, so I want to see everybody, especially in the local area, to come out. I know I got a lot of friends and family in the Hamilton area. I'd like to see you come out to that. Hit up ballarts.com to get some more information about if you want to train there or if you want to see a show there. The shows there are amazing. The biggest crowds I've seen, like 300 people plus, so go to one of those shows too, and really just expose yourself to the local area and all the indie wrestling that we have around here.
Hey, Santino, I make a vouch right here, right now. I will be at a Battle Art show before the end of 2014. I promise you that. Jim, thank you very much for the time. Congratulations on all the success.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Jim, Jim, Jim.